think they're weaker compared to the other anti-air units, such as the Viking. But Hydralisks, Mutalisks, those two combo well together. They're very synergistic, and Mutalisks, as we've seen before, can completely tear through an army when they want to. Expansions up. These guys are moving up here to take out this expansion. Or not this expansion, but these rocks here to make way for the next expansion, because I have just so many minerals right now. I'm just like, I need gas really badly. Don't we all? And, you know, I'm completely forgetting I actually have a second geyser I haven't used yet. But hey, you know, we all mess up sometimes. We all make mistakes. Popping up a creep tumor, and here, a really cool thing about the Zerg, as I just said, is to connect your opponent's base with creep tumors and using creep to connect to your opponent. And the reason that's such a cool thing is if you do that, if he gets attacked, as he's about to, as he is actually, I can just rush my units down, 30% faster, and I don't just sit there. Again, missile turrets, most amazing thing ever. They rip through things in a heartbeat. And of course, he's got all these missile turrets right here and just pulls all his units back. And if the dude wants to come after him, okay, come on. Actually, he probably could have pressed a little bit more and destroyed those refineries, at the very least. But, I mean, he just went turret happy. I mean, like, Abby, like, turret crazy. Just absolutely so many turrets. It's insane. But hey, I mean, we had said, let's watch out for the Void Ray Rush, and that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what I asked him to do. So, it's perfect. Got my Hydralisk up. Roaches have taken out the rocks, moving some Hydralisks down to his base. That's another important thing. Make sure you share your units. Don't just keep all your units in your base fearing that they'll attack your base. Send one of your units down to his base. And, if he's taking anti-air, send some Hydralisks down there and keep him down there. Your opponent's probably not going to just back off all of a sudden. A mistake there. He built too many, built his, turret's a little too close. Couldn't get his reactors up. He's okay now. I mean, don't leave yourself, going back to the topic, don't leave yourself just wide open, but do, send some of your units down like I do here. I've got 2 Hydra, I mean, the Zerglings are worthless, they were just kind of in there, but 5 Hydralisks coming down. And as we'll see shortly, he brings in a crap ton of Void Rays after us. And I mean, they don't make the biggest impact, but they're helpful. And it doesn't just leave him all by himself. And it's just as much a trust confidence thing as it is an actual strategic thing. Your teammate needs to know that you're actually going to be at his back and not just letting him sit there and die. So, again, still spreading out the creep tumors. I think I got about right here before we finally killed him. But, yep, Hydralisk just chilling out. As you can see, he's got a massive Void Rays. He does have a big ground army, but I'm not too worried. He finally expands. But he's got a pretty decent ground army, which, if I remember correctly, he sends at me. But most of my units are right here. I've got my Mutalisk coming up, and here's the big problem. He didn't anticipate us reacting to him. He just built these photon cannons in the front of his base, but nothing over here. Very little over here. Some stuff near his nexus, but there's like nothing over here. There's nothing over here. And it's very simple. I mean, those photon cannons don't have the best range. It's very simple for a group of units to just fly up and around and come right here. And then just annihilate them. So, always be careful. If you're going to build defenses, I mean, it sucks when you don't get like 9 cannons all firing at something but at the same time at one thing, but that's what your army's for. You leave some units back or build some units to defend yourself. Don't just leave yourself sitting open. And this guy left, I mean, he's got a big shield in front of him, but nothing on his sides. That's all he's got is his shield. So, there go his Void Rays, and he falls right into the trap of missile turrets. Yeah. Hydralisks start taking stuff out, Vikings taking stuff out. I mean, I do believe we wipe out all of his Void Rays here. He just commits to it because he knows he can't win at this point. Yeah, don't like Void Rays too much when they're being used against me. Love them when I have them, hate it when I don't. So, and of course, just a little bit of fun with my friend. That's all. But, yep, here's those Mutalisks. And as I saw, he said thanks for the hydras. That felt, I mean, it's just a show. I'm not just going to leave him sitting there. 8 mutalisks up. I think he gave about 1 or 2 more. But, oh, what's this? We have a little ground army, and what's really funny is he is just short of seeing my expansion. Like, I even thought for a second he was going to run up there and hit it. When I rewatch this replay, I was like, did he take out that expansion without me knowing it? I don't know. I don't even know if he would have anyway. But he thinks I'm defenseless because he's over there, and then he finds out not quite so defenseless with the roaches, specifically prepared for if he tries to come in with some ground stuff. And they're basically just waiting there for us to take out those photon cannons. That's a lot of Vikings. 16. It's one thing I love about the Terran. Those Vikings just... I love the fact they can transform into assault mode. It's really convenient, and they give them a bit more. I mean, just gives them a little bit more offense. I think it's a little better than the other people's, being the fact that they don't have to like waste a bunch of resources to actually attack ground units or anything. So he, like I said before, just pops right up there, lands, starts having fun. There's a Void Ray, pops him up again. Bye bye Void Ray. Got an army of Mutalisks coming down. That's quite a bit. 16-ish, 18, something like that. Just Mutalisks coming in, they dodge right past his cannons and just start going after everything else. Take out his Void Rays first, because they're the biggest threat. He takes out those cannons, because there's just too many pylons at this point. I start taking out their pylons. He comes after me with some anti-air units, which I promptly get rid of, because they're very annoying. And then I go after the pylons too, but then realize those photon cannons can still hit me, so no point. And just might as well take out his base first, or take out these little workers actually, so he can't go rebuild while we're not paying attention. And then, for some reason, AI just says go after anything that shoots at you, unfortunately. And then my opponent's Vikings, who have much better range than I do, just go ahead and take out those pylons. And then, finally, my ground army has something to do, and they run right in. And at this point, it's pretty much game. We're just taking out pylons for some reason. I eventually go after those probes. There we go. But, like I said, it's just... he left himself too defenseless on one side. And that's for any game. That's not just 2v2. Don't ever leave yourself just wide open in one spot. If you do, you're not going to be able to do stuff. We were going around, then, like I said, Hydralisks, Zerglings, they all show up to have some fun too. And we just start dismantling them piece by piece. Searching for bases, but I mean, in case something's hiding off somewhere, building something else. We've got this pretty much done. We just slowly... he doesn't quit. I mean, that's cool. I don't know if I wouldn't have quit, but hey, it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you, the player. But, I mean, it's just... we just took out everything, and my partner's pretty good. He's a very good defensive player. He likes to turtle up. I like to be very aggressive, so it worked out in the end. So there's 2v2. Of course, like I said before, I'm a noob, so we show you exactly what goes down, and without all the tricks and flair. So this is Silt Fidemus, and I am signing off.